when I do it here. But I just got to get the feed and bring it over to Good Morning Gloucester, and then I can hop on the other side. Oh, we're live. All right. Good Morning Gloucester. It's GloucesterCast 445. I am now in the process of bringing the feed to Good Morning Gloucester. We have our Bo. Is Bo gonna poop on the?
He might poop, yeah. The Chris McCarthy's replacement.
Chris McCarthy sitting in for Chris McCarthy. We have the official dog of Good Morning Gloucester, Bo, with us.
At your feet, so be careful.
At my feet, Bo has a toe fetish too.
Oh, I did not know this.
All right, I'm gonna
That was
publish.
news.
I'm publishing this. I'm gonna close this, and then I'm gonna hop on the other side of the desk. Who's got that thing on? Who's got that noise
turned
on?
it off. Turned it off. I was gonna share it. I turned it off. Hi, Bo.
All right, I can go over there. And this is where Pat Dalpiaz takes over. Oh, let me get to the chat. Let's see if anybody's on there. Oh, wow, we got a bunch of people already. All right.
It rained
That's because
people
they heard Bo
already.
was here.
Here, you want your notes?
I got my notes.
Okay.
All right. Right off the bat, we're gonna get started with our promotion thing. We have 3 gifts today for anyone that shares it. Anybody in this room is eligible. If you share it and you type shared on the Facebook page, I'm talking to you. Just hit that button, say shared, and then type in shared. We have 3 prizes, and we have a Lose It water bottle. We have a book by Carol Perry. Do you know Carol Perry? Pete Mondella's mother-in-law?
She lived in
Down in
Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah,
She wrote
yeah,
a book and she donated one. Murder Take 2. It just came out. You can look for that. And we have this really nice, high quality notepad from Lose It journal. Would you call that a journal, Paul?
Journal.
That's a journal, right? So if you share it, we're gonna put a number next to your name, and we're gonna use the random number generator about 2/3 of the way through the podcast and pick names. The first name that we pick will get the first choice of the prizes, the second and the third, and if the people if you respond, the person that gets picked first responds. The first people that respond get the choices. Is that how we did it last week, Pat?
Yes, that's how we did it. We already have a special hello to Jim Capillo from Robert and Annette Spanks from Florida,
Down in Florida.
from the Moultons
Is
in
that-
the
is
Villages,
That's
Florida.
funny. Is that their real name or is that a porn name?
This.
This is a Sunday joke.
No,
It's supposed to be.
You said Spanks. I gotta do introductions. Pat Dalpiaz is manning the camera,
The
computer,
keyboard.
The keyboard. So we love questions. So if you have questions, say hi, check in, and she'll give you a shout out. And if you have any questions, we'll try to answer them. We have Paul Horvitz with us.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Become a regular. We love and Paul elevates the intelligence level by like about 200 points. That's why we have him.
So now we're at 200.
We go from, yeah. Paul brought us from here to like right here, the IQ level. Connor McCarthy and official GMG dog Bo are with us.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Is
Come on, Bo. Don't be
Hey,
shy.
Bo.
Yeah, come on, Bo.
bring Bo's face straight to the camera right now.
There you go.
How's
His face.
that look?
Just put his face.
Whoa, that's
Oh,
perfect.
yeah.
I think I got wet.
Bo likes to lick. He's a toe guy.
Nothing
Like his owner.
We have Jim Capillo from Cape Air Media Productions.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Lisa Smith is going to join us in a while, but Jim Capillo.
She's ready when we are.
Okay, we'll bring her on when I'm ready. My name is Joey Shimatara, your host. The Coach Raptors with us.
Good morning.
Hey, you got the cup going on.
Oh, come on.
Put your head on right, will ya?
Look at that.
All right.
Good.
I'm gonna make a bunch of those and put them on the blog.
All right.
With the sticker.
Give 'em
Super
away.
fan of the week, Paul Ryan O'Brien, who is gracing us with her presence this week.
Hello, everyone.
And we shamed Paula to come because
We did.
it's Pat's birthday week, Pat Dalton's birthday week, and she did this sappy post about how I'll always be there for you.
She did. It was pretty. Yeah, it was a three hanky post.
Three
Yeah.
hanky post.
Yeah.
And when I asked her to come to be part of Pat's birthday celebration, she says, "Well, I don't know. I have a lot of things going on." And I said, "Well, not according to your sappy Facebook post. It said I'll always be there for you."
That was for Pat, not for you.
Did you need that one?
Oh,
Thank you, Nicole.
Dear Joey, I'll always be here for you. I don't remember that part.
We have Jim Dalpiaz with us, fresh off of his absolute tremendous performance on Cape Ann Live, doing the field hockey. His commentary, I've never watched field hockey in my entire life. I watched it. I was intrigued.
So this was the best one you've ever watched.
Now pressure.
You can say a little bit about my camera work, too.
The camera was outstanding.
I thought so.
It was much better than the one the day before where they were filming
Oh,
in
no,
portrait mode.
we don't talk about that. No.
Yeah, and I like how you zoom in on the action, smooth, fluid.
Oh, my God.
Very good.
I feel good now.
No, it's
It's worth getting up this morning, Joey.
it was fantastic. So Pat, did we sing happy birthday to Pat last week?
No, we're gonna do it right
Yeah,
here.
we didn't sing happy birthday.
Oh my
to Pat.
goodness.
Happy
birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pat and Joey next week. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. What a way to start a morning.
Pat has had,
Wow, that's heavy. It's heavy.
well,
Cement.
compared to anything compared to Jimmy's peanut is considered.
Oh.
You have somebody.
Okay. We're gonna take care of business here.
Okay.
Pat, I want you to give a rundown of the people that have checked in.
Okay. We have this morning quite a crew already. A lot of familiar names, some new names. Oh, he did this to me so that I was going to mess the names up again.
Yes,
it's
the Italian names.
All
Well,
right.
Jim.
Oh,
You know me.
oh boy. So we have Joey Foote. That one I can do. Joanne Wood, Wayne Moulton, Kate is on board with us. Pat Chimataro is on board with us.
Mom, hi, Mom.
Robert Annette Spanks,
From
the
Florida.
Moultons
They're
from Florida.
They're from Gloucester originally.
Okay, nice. Amanda Louise Nichols, good morning.
morning.
Brenda Grimes Davis is with us. Amanda really likes Bo.
Yeah, you get a fan.
Mike Favazza, good morning, Mike from North Carolina. Pauline's is on board with us. Hi, Pauline. Taking a break from construction must be. Mary Chula, if I'm remembering the right pronunciation from a previous podcast. I'm sorry, Mary, if I messed it up again.
Sure,
Yeah, I think that's it.
maybe.
Okay. Say it again.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Ann Mondello Capillo says good
That would be
morning.
my personal.
That's your personal.
Yeah.
Okay. Ed Collard is with us, and his one of the people, one of the
Ed.
5 people so far who
Hi, Ed.
shared the podcast. Good morning, Ed. Nice to have you on board again. And we also have Lois Ann Whitmarsh Hamilton. Thank you, Lois, for the nice words. Michael Bertolino is with us again. Thank you, Mike, for joining us. Andrew R. Weiner. This is awesome. I'm actually working up in Gloucester, and this just came up on my Facebook. So welcome,
His
Andrew.
parents owned Sterling Drug. I believe this is his parents.
Okay.
He may confirm that. Sterling Drugs, where Cape Ann, is it Bank Gloucester? Oh, Cape Ann.
Brenda Shockey Leahy's on board. Good morning, Brenda.
Joe,
So we have quite a few.
this would be a perfect time. Here is the brand new sticker. Joe, you want to talk about that sticker?
The sticker is die cut. We had it made with help from our friend Manny Simos, helped pay for them. And there's not, we didn't make a ton of them because they were so expensive.
Right.
But if you send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 95 East Main Street, we will return one of these stickers to you.
And I have one here, Joey. It's from Tom Kane in Rockport. and he has a sticky note to it. It says, "Thanks for the great blog. I appreciate, and I will appreciate the new bumper sticker." Thanks again, Tom. So we're putting it in, and we're going to be mailing it out
Awesome.
today.
Thanks, Jim. We got that going for us. Paul Ryan O'Brien, let's start with you. You have been a fan of the blog for quite some time.
Since the beginning, just about.
Yeah.
I think.
And
I actually have one of the original Good Morning Gloucester stickers
all
still, the
ones-
black and
yeah,
white
the black and white
that were
ones.
long.
With
Yeah,
the
they
pirate
didn't have the
font.
word on it. Yep.
Which is appropriate. Actually.
Yeah.
Pirate font is pretty
Very
appropriate.
appropriate.
How, if you're from like the sticks of New York, what attracted you? How did you find Good Morning Gloucester?
Well, my dad grew up in Gloucester. His family, my dad's family is from here. And so we visited when we were kids. I think anybody that has ever been in Gloucester would love Gloucester. I don't, you don't even have to have ever been here to look at some of the pictures. It's gorgeous here. And so I feel like I'm home when I'm here, and I've never lived here. It's a strange thing, but when I come, it feels like I'm home. So I just love it here. There isn't anything I don't like about here. Even the smell of downstairs, I don't mind. she did
Well,
take a note of that when we walked in.
It smells like money.
It does.
Connor McCarthy, the odds were not in favor. What did we decide? It was under the line.
I think it was plus 150. I'd show up. Had 7 alarms going.
So the Vegas odds makers put him at plus 150. You bet 100 to win 150 if he showed up on time, and he came through.
I don't think he's been to bed yet.
All the
I think-
pluses.
I'm saying it's all because of his responsible girlfriend that went to Clemson.
Yeah, she did set the alarms. I did not. That's great. And I thought the pluses were all coming together. Tampa Bay last night, they won the last inning. I'm not sure if you saw it. They're like plus
Amazing.
1,000. Yeah,
What were they? Were they plus 1,000?
they were at the last inning. Live odds, they were plus 1,000.
Oh, the last live odds.
Yeah.
What were they to begin the game? Do you know?
I
I'm curious what they were.
Yeah, what a game though.
I love the hat. I really like the hat. What's Live Lucky? Is that a brand? Is it a brand? What do they represent?
It's honestly, it's a good question. It's black clover, established in 2008, U.S. patent pending. I think I got it at a golf course, and we thought it was pretty cool, but it doesn't have the logo.
Oh, okay.
Maybe this was at a Top Golf in D.C. Yeah, maybe a Top Golf.
I can't believe they don't have Top Golf in Massachusetts yet.
They should. Yeah, I mean, it's. I guess there's reasons not to have it, because then you have people hitting over the net, and then houses get ruined and cars get cracked.
Yeah, but there's places that have big open fields that you can have it.
Good point. Yeah, like Richardson's.
And Top Golf is explain it to some people who may not know what it is.
Like a virtual plus updated golf range, where you can. It's like a bar, a restaurant, and there's all lights out there that you can be there at nights.
There's levels too, so that
Okay, so you're-
people are teeing off from the
From
front.
at the,
Yeah, and it's been in some movies. Was it in Something About Mary
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think
some
so.
time ago?
Yeah.
A couple different movies.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So Pat Delpiaz and my wife both volunteered to check in people at the live election voting.
Yes, we did. There were live election voting. Early voting is happening at Gloucester City Hall for the next several days. I'm going to put a link in here with additional information about the dates and times till Friday. You can early vote. What I thought might be helpful for people to know is that when you come to City Hall for no matter what reason to vote or to see the city clerk or to pay taxes or whatever you need at City Hall, you need to check into the building because of the COVID protocols. And that's what I'm helping with, because some of the numbers of people trying to get in to vote was getting overwhelming. So just to try to speed that up a little bit by checking people into City Hall. We are not poll workers, despite what Joey is advertising about poll working. We can help direct you with regards to questions about the election, but the election is upstairs in the auditorium. I've been meeting a lot of nice people. It's been so much fun. I will be there on Monday and Tuesday morning as well. So if you come through, please say hello, because I hear names and it's nice to match some of the names to some of the faces, especially when I see them on here on the blog scroll.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So Fatia, every day she posts her phenomenal meals that she's making
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Does she tune up the people that are checking in the people? At the
Well, I was blessed with a cupcake on my birthday.
Okay.
So she's right on
That's a
top of
Fathia song.
and
That was
t-
some singing.
top of that,
She's got
yeah.
a voice. Tell
yes.
you what.
Yeah. So, but no, I haven't seen any, eggplant or
eggplant or
beef
meatballs.
stew
No sugar.
or right.
Sugar.
But that's okay. That's all right because I go in at 8:30 in the morning, so it's a little early for me for that. But
Especially when you're going in there all hungover.
yes, especially then. Yeah,
still
yeah.
down.
Still drunk.
But yes, there's 2 receptacles to deposit early absentee ballots out in front of City Hall on the Warren Street side. So you.
How does that work now? Now, did you have to order the absentee ballot? So
Yes.
So how does the process go for that?
I'm not a poll worker and cannot answer that question. How was that? How was that?
Every voter should have gotten something back before the primaries that said you could elect to ask for a ballot. For the primary and then for the general election, and then send it back to the Secretary of State's office, and then each city or town then sent out the ballots.
Okay.
And there's those 2 boxes right beside the
Mhm.
beside the Warren Street entrance, and they collect them every day.
And they're coming in fast and furious, and
Yeah.
people are coming to vote early,
We've
and
had-
so it's great.
Yeah, we've had a great. I've got 6 grandkids, and 4 of them are old enough to vote. 3 of them for the first time this year.
Oh,
Wow.
And one of them ran down to his town clerk's office on his 18th birthday and signed on the line. And this past week they've been all sharing pictures of themselves with their ballots. So I mean, it's really cool. The kids, you think that the kids care, but here are 4 kids in 4 different corners of the country, and
I was
they're
gonna
all
say those kids are all over the place
and
too.
they're all,
It's not like they're all here.
and 2 of them were at college, or in college in different states from where they live, and they thought long and hard about where to vote. Where would their vote count the most? Whether whether in the state with the
That's
college or in
interesting,
the or in the state where they live. But I really was really proud of them that they.
Because that vote here
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily going to swing anything, but a vote in a swing state would.
Yeah, so my grandson in Maine, they're actually both of them up there, because there's a very close Senate race up there. So they were, what do I do?
That's very interesting.
Wow.
They're smart kids. So let's get to Jim Capello.
Oh, boy.
Is Lisa Smith waiting in the wings?
she is.
All right, you should. I'll wait for you to stop typing.
I can.
Can you?
She's a
Is
multitasker.
she
She's not
paying
a poll
attention
worker,
because
but
you might
Yes, she's here. She's waving at us, so I'm gonna bring her in.
you do the side by side?
There you go. Yep.
She is.
Yep. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. How are you?
Nice.
We are well.
Get this all worked out.
Yes, perfect timing.
So Jim Capillo and Lisa Smith have created a venture called Cape Ann Media Productions.
Correct. Yeah.
Jim, longtime staple at Cape Ann TV, when Cape Ann TV was Cape Ann TV. Lisa as well. Have how many years in the broadcasting business?
Oh, my first job professionally was at Channel 10 in Rhode Island, and I shot and edited news in 1983.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been around a while.
37 years.
I've been around a while. Yep.
And what prompted you to start? Why don't you explain what Cape Ann Media Productions is, and then I'm gonna let you explain what it is, and I'm gonna let Lisa talk about what are some of the things that you do.
Okay. We basically came together. I knew Lisa for many years, and we brought our skills and the technology together to create Cape Ann Media Productions, because it's a niche we can fill in with the businesses and the nonprofits, and media itself has invaded almost every business, and I mean it goes from individuals right up to the highest corporate media is everywhere. Here we are today. So we're taking that and doing it at a higher level so people that want the polished stuff can get it at an affordable price. Right now, it's only Lisa and me, whatever it is. So we're concentrating on getting going. I mean, we both, and she's extremely talented in the production end. We've all won awards for years and years and years, and it's just like a natural fit, Lisa and I.
Yeah. Lisa, want to take it from there as far as more specifically what type of work you and how can people get a hold of you to hire you to do some production for them?
All right. So it's very new, this whole thing, like the last 2 weeks or so. Jim thought it would be a great idea for us to have a production company. I recently made a fundraiser video, and Jim actually helped me out with one part of that, and it came out very well. I hear from people, and so Jim thought let's make a production company together. So we did, and it's called Cape Ann Media Production. So it's more Jim's brainchild here, and I'm along for the ride. And like he said, we both have a lot of experience, and we get along very well together. And so there are people who are going to need media, who are going to need video needs because of, what's going on right now, and a lot of things are online. So we could enhance their, maybe have some kind of Zoom production. We could help you with that. We could help with other kinds of video production, and make something for you. And to get you could go to our website to get in touch with us. It's Cape Ann Media Production, and Jim has the phone number. I don't have it off the top of my head right now.
Production, not with an S?
Productions. Yeah.
Productions. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so .com. So I'm gonna have Pat.
I'm
put that into
putting the link in there right now.
It's .godaddies.com.
Yeah. Got it.
Oh, so it
Thank
won't work? It just
No, because we're doing things on a tight budget right now. So it
There
goes
we
to
go.
GoDaddy.
I've just put the link up in case anybody's interested in
Did you
that.
put .godaddy.com?
I can put the link up.
I see the link right there.
Don't get yourself in
The
trouble.
question I asked was, did you add the .godaddy.com?
No, I searched the
Oh.
internet for Cape Ann Media Productions, and up came Cape Ann Media Productions.GoodaddySites.com/camp,
Okay, good.
and
Okay,
it's on the link.
all right. Yeah, I thought you just typed it in, that's why.
It's not my first rodeo.
Boy, she's older, so watch out.
Here, I'll get out of the way so you have a better shot.
The dog's licking my toes. I'm a little distracted.
Her evil eye is penetrating.
Is there anything for him to eat back here that he
Yeah,
shouldn't be?
your toes.
More than likely.
He's been eating things right.
Okay, all right.
The dog has a.
Hey, getting back, Jim, you said some of your awards. I don't want to put you on the spot here,
Yep.
but what some of the awards you got? And Lisa, I want to hear some of your awards.
A bunch of Telly Awards, which is the national award. Tons of local cable awards. I mean, after 40 years, you gather a lot of stuff.
Yeah, on what basic? Do you remember one topic that you did that you won the award that you really?
Oh, we've done sports, anything, corporate productions, you can pick out anything. That's something where you take something you thought you did really well and you submit it, and it's judged by your peers, and then you either win or lose. So,
That's pretty cool.
One with Joey in it. Joey was in one that won about the lobster trap Christmas tree.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you were in
that's
that
right.
one.
Yeah.
We won an award.
I remember you came out, you were really sick that day. You're like, oh, Lisa, I don't feel good.
Impersonation.
I listen to that. We had-
And you were out there and you were a real trooper, and you got all jolly, and you're like, oh, you talked about the lobster traps and what a great town we have with all the fishermen that donate their traps. That's their livelihood. And so that one won first place in the big category.
That's what I do.
It was to you, Joey.
I work with winners.
Everywhere.
I just work with winners. No, what I think is really cool too is another thing that you're doing, the nonprofit side of it.
Yep.
Is Cape Ann Live,
Cape Ann Live,
which
yes.
is a Facebook group. If you haven't, make sure that there's a link so people can sign up and follow them there. The Cape Ann Live, you're donating an incredible amount of time
Yes.
to cover sporting events mainly.
Yeah.
But other stuff too, community stuff too. And they broadcasted them and they brought our friend Jimmy Dalpiaz on to work with Lisa Olson on the broadcast for field hockey, and the broadcast was riveting.
Yeah.
And the camera work
was fantastic.
Outstanding.
No, but I've been watching the soccer matches because like if we get a little break down the dock here, I turn it on. It's good. They're good matches.
We also did the Gloucester High graduation this past year because it was so restricted, and the principal asked us if we could do it, and we brought our stuff down there. And there was over 1,000 people watching all at once. I
Wow.
couldn't believe it.
Well, all those families and
Yeah,
everything
the
that weren't
families,
able
right,
to
people
enjoy
out of
it.
town
That's
and-
awesome.
Some of the kids already had gone on to college and they were watching. I mean,
Exactly.
it was an amazing response, and I was totally blown away when I saw all those people that were watching.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's
feel
actually
like-
been very cool that for families, that, how many people
Right.
can get in the car and go to somebody's graduation, but you can watch it all over the planet,
Right, exactly.
Well, it's also a lot better because like usually graduations are a nice beautiful day and it's a big pain in the ass. You got to go travel to the thing and sit in the heat in the field. This way here you can just kind of
And
do
this
like
was-
the kids do on the Zooms. They put a picture of their face in front of the thing like they're actually watching it.
And you're-
Oh yeah, grandma was there. Yeah, I saw grandma.
Didn't miss a thing.
And it was canceled once because of weather. Started moving, still had that many.
Well, some of our big hitters from last year were the hockey, ice hockey, and football.
Mm.
I mean, we had people watching from the furthest away. We had one in New Mexico, and believe it or not, a relative of one of the kids in Ireland was a regular watcher. I mean, and I'm looking at the screen saying, I can't believe this. This is like having, like we talked before, our own world network. People, there's no limit, really. I mean, people can look from anywhere.
Is that how it works?
I think.
How many
The World Wide Web?
field hockey we had? How many shares? You were like,
Oh, yeah, it was.
Within the first hour.
There was a bunch. I mean, I had to shut the comment section off because I was getting distracted.
wow.
So if you see the camera going off, it was me looking down to
So
pat myself on the back.
what's been great is that he gives me the head. Brian LaFatta, we have to give a shout out to
Yes,
Brian LaFatta.
yeah, absolutely.
Brian
Brian
asked me.
LaFatta has been like integral. Brian, as far as social media and then being an athletic director, he is top notch because he gets the information out to people like
Yep.
ahead of time when these games are going to be on. And then we get the schedule from Jim. We're kind of the conduit because we already have this enormous audience. So Jim does the production. Brian gives him the information on when the things are. Jim and Lisa and Lisa Olson and your team,
Phil,
and Phil put together these great shows, and we have the platform that's so like it's already established. To build a platform up from ground up is takes years and years to get to like someplace where we're doing. So it's one of these things where all the hands make light work of it, and we're really happy to have that content for the blog. It's fantastic for us, and all we have to do is embed it. So it's fantastic.
what's that old saying? A rising tide raises all boats.
That's right.
That's right.
Exactly right.
So have you gotten some hits, Jim, on the camp? Because I know it's been out
Oh,
for
yeah.
about a week or two.
Yes.
I'm sure you have.
It has. I was surprised that it's been that good, but it might have been the tie-in between Joey and my own site, and it's hard to tell where everything comes from, but it's not. I'm not into analytics as much as Lisa is. Lisa's very good at the SEO marketing and all that stuff. So she's going to be really. See, Lisa, you're in charge of that. I'm the technical guy. I'll run the wires. All right.
It's a lot of work. So Jimmy was telling me, when you go to those games, you got a whole cart. You got to
Yes.
unpack all.
Yeah.
huge.
And I want to thank Brian for getting the elevator at the stadium fixed. Because I was hauling that stuff up onto the press box up there every single time, killing myself. And now the elevator's fixed. I push the cart onto the elevator and up we go, and makes life so much easier.
Are you in the elements, or is there a couple?
I'm usually outside, but
Oh,
we have the announcer in press booth.
I just think it's a great service because with the situation the way that it is with COVID and all that, and people not being able to go to the games, is really for the kids and for the families. It's such a great service that you're providing. And then for you to put the schedule on Good Morning Gloucester, it makes it easy because you can just pop right there and see it, and it's great. I'm not even from here, but I watch the games.
No,
I love to
great.
listen
It's great.
to it.
It's great.
I do.
It's good quality
It is.
programming. It really
It
is.
I was really surprised one day. My daughter does cross country, so I asked Jim, "Oh, do you want me to put something on Cape Ann Live?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." So I'm used to doing productions. I was just out there with my phone, and it was only a couple minutes. I got the girls running and the boys running, and it had a lot of views. I was really
Yeah.
Amazing.
Lisa, do you use a tripod for that for your cell phone? Or did you do it handheld?
just happened to be going to the cross country meet in Danvers, and Jim said, "Well, just yeah, go ahead, do it." But I mean, I'm used to videography, so I was just really
Steady hand.
steady-handed, and I gave a little commentary. And I'm kind of shy, but I did. And
No one could tell by your
Yeah,
earlier comments.
did you watch it, Joey? Did you see it? Anyways, I don't know. I just got it out there so people could see it.
The channel was
It's
originally-
great that Jim put that website up there for people to, show what's going on Cape Ann. Besides sports too, right, Jim? You have more than sports on.
Yeah. That channel was originally designed by Colleen, another person that was hanging around the cable station.
Oh.
And she said, "Can you help me out with this?" And I sort of fine-tune things. And it was designed so anyone can go on if you see an accident or fire or whatever. So it was news, sports, and events.
Ah.
And it hasn't been used as much as I hoped it would, because people really have taken to watching the games and other stuff that's on there, which is okay. That's
Yeah.
fine. And in that respect, it's really successful. I was hoping there'd be more participation, though.
Well, here's the thing. The thing of it is with the sports, you have an audience of parents and relatives
Right.
and sports fanatics that are gonna, when they see the schedule ahead of time on a place like Good Morning Gloucester that has 30 to 50,000 people a day checking it out,
Mhm.
you're gonna get hits.
Yeah.
But if they don't know about it ahead of time, then like I think a lot of people think all you have to do is get a URL and build a website, and you flip a switch,
Yeah,
and you're gonna have
all of a sudden you
a thousand
million
views a
people
day.
watching, right?
It just the amount of work to get Good Morning Gloucester where it was now, and how much placing that URL in front of people in the building phase was. I mean, to this day, I put in probably 3 or 4 hours a day into Good Morning Gloucester every single day, and that's like with 13 years now.
Mhm.
So like, it doesn't happen overnight. It's like there's a tremendous amount. So when you have access to be able to get on our channel, I mean, I mean, your production is phenomenal, but like when you have access, when you have that conduit, it's a symbiotic thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it helps him, but it also helps me and us. But it's definitely, if you had another, so say you had something that wasn't sports, and you alerted us ahead of time, we're going to be broadcasting this,
Mhm.
and we advertise it for you, you would get a tremendous
Yeah, right.
amount of views on that. Pat, I want to take this time to do shout outs to people.
All righty, that's a great idea. I'm going to sneak a question in here that's come across. I'm thinking, Paul, I don't know, you might be able to address this. I don't know the answer.
No pressure.
This means it must be something for like, you have to have a
It's
high
one of those.
high intelligence question coming
Yeah.
through.
I just
Yeah.
sent it already.
Um,
I don't even know the question.
I just checked out.
we have a question from Michael about what happens to the absentee ballots after they get collected from the boxes. Do you know?
Yeah, they go to the city clerk's office keeps them.
Yes.
And then they, on election day, at least I know when my wife was a town clerk in Dover years ago.
See, I knew you would know this.
And so what they would, when they'd have a slow period, they'd feed the ballot. They'd take a bunch of ballots and feed them into the machine.
Oh.
Oh, so they get fed into the machine.
Yeah, so they get fed into the machine. It depends on whether you have paper ballots or machine ballots or whatever, but that's what they would do. So those would get voted through the day.
Okay.
And how many per day do they throw away?
Actually, they have to keep them. There's a whole specified period of time after the election.
Good lead in,
that
though.
they have to keep them
In
for
case there's
challenges
an-
and then
yeah.
whatever. And there's a whole. I mean, the Secretary of State's office has a whole protocol on that.
So I requested an absentee ballot that I just got in the mail on Friday, and I was torn. I'm a really hard boss, and I can't always sneak away during the day to get to the mailing to the voting station. But so I have it, and I'm still torn about whether the convenience of dropping it in the ballot box at any hour is
Right. Right.
is great, but I do worry a little
Yeah, I
bit
got
about
really
what happens
torn
to
by
it.
that because there hasn't been a single election in a gazillion years that I haven't gone down and stood in line and
Right,
voted.
that's
That's
how
just
I
part of
am,
what
yeah.
you do. And this time I said, just get it in.
I'm gonna miss the East Gloucester bake sale.
Yeah.
I love, they always
Yeah.
have a tremendous
Yeah.
bake sale.
Yeah.
But that's actually gonna help me on my diet, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Pat, give us
Oh,
some names.
sorry. Yep. Let's see. Well, Donna Arzoni just joined us. Ralph is
Yay,
with us.
Donna.
Speaking of Donna
Hi, Ralph.
Arzoni, did you like the present that I got you from Donna?
I did.
Explain what
I
it
got
is.
Donna has a new product, puzzles, that she's offering, and I received one from Joey. It's the flags on the new Magnolia Pier, and I got it out because Paula especially loves puzzles. So I started it up before Paula arrived, and she's doing the easy pieces and leaving me with all of the sky
The
and
sky.
water.
Blue sky, that's like
Yeah.
this
Yep,
big,
that's-
right
yeah,
in the middle,
yeah,
right?
yeah, but
good luck with that.
It's a
The ocean
very
in the sky she gets to do. I did the flags on the pier.
it's a very good quality puzzle, and the pictures are Donna's, which are always lovely. So yeah, so contact Donna. Can you let us know where we can find those? I think you can contact her directly. I will
She
try
did
to.
a post recently.
I will find
If
it.
you do a search for her post.
I will find it.
If you go to the Good One in Gloucester
Mhm.
and you type puzzle,
Okay.
her post will
Yeah.
come up and you can order it right there.
Okay. I will do that. And she also has beautiful beach towels.
Yeah.
They're
towels.
really good
Gorgeous.
quality beach towels.
They're really nice.
So
And other people who have joined us are Patty Cardi Wellbank.
Cardi
who-
B?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. I
Does
know
she
how
have
that's
the,
it.
does
Your
she have
mom.
what, the WAP?
I'm,
Oh.
your mom's on board. Nina Testaverde.
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 Oh, for
Good.
Christ's sake.
I know. I'm trying.
That's an easy one.
That one I could get.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Oh boy. Carol Mondello is with us. Michael Berlino. Mary Coyle. And I'm sorry, Mary. I'm not going to try your last
Spell it.
name.
Spell it.
Kwasizur.
All
right. Okay.
Oh.
I think we mentioned
Kwanzaa?
Andrew.
Was it Kwanzaa?
Yeah.
I think we mentioned Andrew Weiner, Judy Kavanaugh, Boucher. No, who gets Boucher out of that? I can't be expected to get that one. I get a pass on that one. I've determined it.
Okay.
Amanda Louise Nichols is another.
Oh, that's
Very-
easy.
Yeah, that one. I'm
got
gonna-
that one.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So we're
Brenda Grimes isn't with us?
Yeah.
She was earlier. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. What about Joey Foot?
And
Yeah, he was the first one.
Okay.
Chris is on his way, but we do have Connor here. Ralph
Yes.
is commenting about.
And we have Bo.
And Bo, yes,
Official
yes.
Bo.
And you're welcome, Michael. I knew Paul would be able to
Oh, what
help
are you
you.
doing? She's biting you.
What?
What are you doing?
It's teething.
That's why he has a cat.
It's a
'Cause he doesn't
vicious.
know what to play.
She's vicious.
Oh my God, you're scaring me. So we'll do a quick thing about sharing it. So if you share the podcast, we have three gifts.
You can get one of our guests.
You can get one of our gifts. We're raffling off Paula Ryan O'Brien today.
Yes, good morning, Joey and Brenda. Thank you for sticking with us.
We have a journal from a really high quality journal. We have a Lose It water bottle, and we have from Carol J. Perry, Murder Take Two book. First, second, and third people, when we pull the names, so you have to share it on Facebook and type shared into the comment section, and you have a chance to win this.
We are up to 11.
You can take Lisa Smith off now.
Okay. Thank you, Lisa.
All right, thanks, Joey. Thanks.
Yeah, Lisa. Oh, and then she left us a little. Book.
I got you, Mary.
That's her right there. So the first, second, and third. When we pick them, the first people to respond will have the first pick.
Joey, 1 second before we go on, Jim, you wrote in your on your Facebook message, I think in your group, that you may have a couple of announcements, surprise things, or you might want to share. You know, you got your listeners watching.
Yeah, see, somebody paid attention.
I don't know.
All righty.
Okay.
I think you might have to have me back again at some point.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
What is this? What are we talking
He
about?
posted a link or a teaser this morning on Facebook.
I'd rather have Lisa here. But,
Oh,
you know, it's since we
just shit canned her, and now you say that.
well,
I
that's
kept her on.
part of the gig, you know.
Oh,
It's a string them out, you know. Right.
Tune in next time.
Next time.
Oh.
Live.
Ralph thinks that Chris probably will donate his book, Sex for Dummies, for a new prize. But we're gonna have to wait until he comes back because he's gonna need it on his trip.
He's reading it
He's
now.
gonna
on the
need it on
plane.
his trip. Yeah.
Is Chris with us too?
I haven't seen him.
Because I was
I don't
curious-
think.
I was curious
Yeah.
what the update on his weight loss was, because last week it was he was down to 17 pounds.
17.
Oh, that's pretty good.
17. You know, do you?
I think he was at 20. I don't know if he's rounded up, but
He rounded it up.
I've lost 8 using the Lose It app. So I'm happy about that.
That's
I'm
But I might have.
That's-
What?
that's
The fucking dog is gonna kill
He's
somebody.
playing. He's playing.
He's trying to bite your hand.
He's playing with me.
on the channel point,
As soon as he gets a
have students
chance.
reached out to have like highlight reel videos. I feel like they would.
Yeah, I
was
mean,
student about that.
when Marcus Montanino last year scored his 1,000th point, we made a little 2-minute thing about the whole thing. He's used it in college, I guess, and you know, so all that stuff's available to use for the kids. I mean, and that's part of the deal to get that information out there for them. I mean, it's media that's been used everywhere. I mean, it's unbelievable, really.
You're doing a kind of project for them to get into colleges and
Yeah, and we can put all that stuff together. It's very simple. It's not hard at
it's all
all.
there.
And I keep everything's on the hard drive, so I can cherry pick that stuff out and send it to somebody if they want it.
That's awesome.
ESPN top 10 on this way.
Yeah. Well, it's like I told Jim, I said, I know we're not ESPN, but we can always strive to be.
Can you stop encouraging?
It's such a quiet dog.
So far, they was having sex.
You can't have sex. Funny enough, French bulldogs supposedly can't inbreed with another French bulldog. They can have sex with other animals and other dogs, but not another French bulldog.
So how do you get a French bulldog?
Yeah, so how does
It's
that
all
happen?
inseminated.
Well, we should have led with that
Wow.
topic.
Yeah, we should have, yeah.
Oh,
That
gee.
should have been
Now
a.
there's a career option.
I'm sorry,
If
Bo.
there's any vets that are listening in or viewers, I would love to hear their opinions about
They
it.
are, our viewers, our listeners are enjoying the sound effects very much.
I
Ralph,
just hope we don't want to have a situation
Our
like
rating
that.
just changed.
Yes.
We don't want to
Yeah.
have a situation like that newscaster there that was
No, we do
Oh,
not
yeah.
want that.
on the Zoom thing.
Yeah.
Do not want that.
Oh,
If it was just audio, they might.
and there we go. We have a winner. There's Bo dropping one right now.
Oh, live on camera.
Oh.
Uh,
no. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
And you gotta be a good morning Gloucester first.
Oh.
Actually, it's not, sadly.
Oh,
This
really?
is sadly not the first occasion
Get a piece of
where
paper
the
so you can get under it. You gotta
dog
get
has
under
poo. Oh, now we're gonna get instructions about.
How to clean up
Yeah.
dog poop. Yeah.
You know, and
You
can
viewers
tell that
never
Charlie just
know.
had this carpet shampoo.
I know, right? It's too bad. It was
it.
so
No,
clean.
use this. Use this. Get under it.
Yeah.
You gotta get under it. Use your
It was hung up
hands
on
to
number
push
12
it
over here.
Oh,
That's as
nice.
far as the cord's going.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, this is the mic.
Oh.
What a ride.
Wow.
Okay.
We have a winner.
All right, you
Oh,
never know.
stinks.
You never know what the podcast is gonna bring.
Oh, it's so
See why it
stinks.
doesn't get-
Oh,
Time to open the window.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Oh, it's so sad.
making Chris proud. Yes, Wayne, I would say. Yeah, back.
Yeah, open the window.
Oh, open the window.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Open up.
Open up one of those over there too.
Oh, my God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, geez.
Down.
All right.
So we got a couple of things about French
Please.
bulldogs.
Look at poor Bobo.
There's a reason they don't breed.
It will be disposed of properly, Michael.
Poor Devo.
All right, I'm moving this from the premises.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you, Connor.
Look at poor Bo.
Poor Bo.
Oh,
Walk of shame right there.
poor.
Phew.
Wow.
Look at the best side of this.
What did
Ratings
they
are gonna go
feed
way
that
up.
dog?
Your arm.
I
We've now received 100 messages, mostly thanks to Bo, I think, this morning.
Woo, I can't get it out of my nose. My nose has a burn.
You go get a COVID test too. Be all set. Right out of there. I
The
have
dog
bad.
is fucking 3 for 3 peeing and shitting in my premises.
Yes. Yes.
It's got no self-control, dog.
No.
This is why I'm a cat person. You guys all shit on me because I like the cat. And the dog comes and he poops all over it. You know the first story when he came to my house for the first time, we're taping a homie cast. And it was the summer, so we were walking around barefoot in the house. And he did the fucking doogie right in the corner.
Nice and warm,
I
isn't
missed
it?
it walking by this much.
You didn't
If I
get it
didn't,
between
it
your
would have gone
toes?
right through the toes.
Wayne says that's better than mailbox delivery.
Thank you, Wayne.
There we
Way in the
go.
mailman. Okay.
Oh.
I think Wayne was rooting for that.
And we also have a variety of suggestions on how to get rid of the smell,
Okay,
including Lysol and Febreze.
I think we gotta light a match.
I think we
And-
have.
The match will do it.
I think if you just bring some
And-
lobster guts up
And Paul Gambers Jr. says that's no commentary on the quality of the GMG podcast.
Oh.
Now you some
There
you
loyal
go.
listeners.
There you go.
That helps.
I was hanging out with Paul yesterday. We were watching our daughters play soccer. And his daughter is a tremendous athlete.
Thank you, Paul.
Tremendous athlete. I didn't ask Paul how they did with the flag football yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, did Bo get banished to
I'm
the
taking
car?
him back. Yeah, he got banished. I'm gonna
Oh,
take
darn
He's
it.
already empty.
it. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Where is he right now?
I just put him on the car, so I'm gonna leave with him.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's all right. I'll
You had the leash. Do you still have the leash?
Oh, it's over there. It's a good call. Yeah, he dropped one, so
Poor Bo.
he put his deposit in. Now we have to,
I think Carter just showed up, so he probably gave him the food with a lot of
Yeah.
fiber.
Right before he
This
came
is
in.
take
my
out-
excuse to leave.
To
Yeah.
have it.
Connor, Dad would be proud.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, girlfriend, for waking you up on time.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Vegas lost a ton of money.
I know they did, but
on the betting
Yeah.
the money line
plus 150.
plus
That was
paid
it.
out big.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Paul's reporting a 42-20 win.
Oh, was that so? Is
And
that?
Eve, Elliot,
Bye,
McCants,
Connor.
don't
Bye,
leave
Connor.
Connor. This is for you,
Oh,
Connor.
Eve McCants.
It is astounding how much Connor sounds like Chris, which I would agree with.
But I have the hair, so that's
Yeah.
Oh.
Mic drop.
He's not listening in.
Wow.
We thought that was mic drop.
But
Yeah,
Ralph,
yeah.
That was
Ralph
a
is
mic drop.
filming this.
Yes.
Dude, I think Ralph is probably behind that comment.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I saw him looking at the phone earlier, so Ralph is sending him.
Pat and Jimmy, Fox Creek Tavern, you guys went?
We went to Fox Creek Tavern for dinner last night with Paula.
Really good. food.
Another outstanding meal. They were
Yeah.
very busy.
Here's a question.
Mhm.
Paula comes probably once every other month.
Yeah.
On average.
Yeah, 6 to 8
times a
weeks.
year. And
Yeah.
you came, last time you came here, you went to Fox Creek Tavern.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that speaks to, with all the other restaurants you have access to, you must really like Fox Creek Tavern.
I do really like it, but because I was only gonna be here one night and it was a weekend night, Pat made reservations before I even got here for this one. Not that I wanted to go. It
Yeah.
wasn't an issue, but they do have really good food. And last night I tried a new dish, the Cajun chicken pasta.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's
I'm doing a
close to
post.
that I don't know if anybody remembers at Joe's American Bar and Grill, they had they didn't call it that, but my cousin Larry Marcantonio and I used to get it all the time, and it was like fusilli pasta, and they had it was like a creamy. Was it? What was the sauce like?
It was a creamy sauce, but it wasn't too heavy. It was a creamier sauce,
Right.
almost like an Alfredo, but not as heavy as an Alfredo.
I bet you this recipe. is
And
a
this,
takeoff
it
on
had-
that, and it was one of my favorite recipes.
It had homemade fettuccine. It was not.
I'm guessing.
It was so good.
I'm gonna have to.
It had
get that.
roasted peppers in it.
Pictures
Okay.
coming in an
It was-
upcoming
Yeah.
post. Yeah.
It
Pictures coming in an upcoming
Oh, I'm
post.
sorry. I'm
No, that's
ruining
okay.
it.
I
No,
gotta
you're
find
not.
this-
You're not
I gotta
ruining
find
it.
the post from, so Lillian, so I went yesterday. My daughter played in 2 soccer games, a 12:30 and a 4:00 game up in Hamilton. So I had like a 2-hour window in between the games where, what do you do now? Do I drive
Right.
back to Gloucester just to drive back? We got to get lunch anyway. We went to the Rusty Camp.
Which I've heard you like.
Is tremendous.
I
It's
just
tremendous.
heard through
But
the
the game,
grapevine.
we got there at 2:30, which I figured would be a lull time, and
I would've figured
no
the same
problem
thing,
getting
yeah.
in. The place was absolutely mobbed, and we ended up, but they have it set up, which is really nice. There's a line to get in, and then there's a line for takeout, so you can go up
You could go order and
and you
take
can
it
order
with
and
you.
take it out with you. So it took about 20 minutes to get the order. We ate in the car, which was just fine. I would have rather
Sat
sat
down,
down,
but
but
they were
that's,
busy.
I was happy that we didn't drive all the way up there
Right.
and not be able to eat. So I was happy about that. But yeah, they're killing it. They're crushing it up there.
Well, I mentioned that place because of the pictures that you
Yeah,
had. I said,
yeah.
that looks like a place I want to go.
Lillian Lagrasso on Facebook yesterday posed a question, which I thought was very interesting because we always talk about local places. But her question, and I may have it wrong, but this is the gist of it, was what is your favorite upscale dining location outside of Cape Ann?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right, so because we have a million in Gloucester that you
Uh-huh.
can point to, and there was a lot of responses. I'm gonna go around and ask everybody else what. So I kind of took Boston out of the equation because I kind of figured it was just like, within a drive of you want to go to some place with your family or your significant other, but not necessarily in Gloucester, but not necessarily in Boston. That's the way I took it. So we're gonna start with Jimmy Dalpiaz.
Whoops.
You have no faith in your husband. You have set the bar so low on your husband. He's such a beaten down man.
Yeah, you
and,
caught me on that one.
Okay, so friendly
yeah.
says closed. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Are you ready, Jim, or do you want me to go to somewhere else?
I think I can start it. Hopefully it's in the right direction. We're talking about Essex. I can talk about Essex. Right?
Upscale, yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be fine.
I like the 2 right now. I'm not remembering their names exactly, but opposite Woodman's.
Shays.
Tom
Shays,
Shays
River.
and
Tom Shays.
a
The
piece
Terry
of
Winkles?
No, Periwinkle's
uh,
closed.
No, not Terry Winkles.
Used to be Callahan's. and now
CK
it's called
Pearl.
CK
CK
Pearl.
Pearl.
CK Pearl and Shays. I think they're very.
Oh,
very good.
we're getting
They're very
some
handy.
responses here from others as
Oh,
well.
We'll read them
Okay,
off as soon as
yep.
we go through.
Yep.
All around the
There,
block.
I did it. Mm.
You pay later.
Gosh, this is a hard one for me because I like so many places up here. I'm gonna say the Fox Tavern because
Fox Creek
it's-
Tavern?
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be on my next go-to
Yeah,
list.
I
Jimmy,
like it.
next time we have a little time. Nicole.
Yeah, I don't know, this is hard. I don't do a lot of upscale anything. We do Davio's a lot. We sit at the bar at Davio's up at Market Street in Linfield. But before you said that you were taking Boston off the equation, I was thinking further away. We used to always go, and I hope my mom was listening. I don't know if she is, but we used to go to the White Barn Inn up in Kennebunkport for special occasions. And if you haven't been up there, it's phenomenal. It's one of those like,
Cool.
They come to your table and they put down with the gloves, they put down your first course all at the same time, and then they come and they give you the sorbet to cleanse your palate in between.
Ooh.
But it's in
That's
this beautiful rustic, but when it's Kennebunkport, so it's it feels kind of laid back, and it's in this beautiful rustic barn with like bicycles hanging from the ceiling and just really cool. But it's
When it
called the
comes
White
to
Barn
hos-
Inn.
When it comes to hospitality, Nicole finds all these
Yes, she does.
all these things that like no one's heard. You're great with that.
Yeah.
That's all. What's one more time?
The White Barn Inn
White
in
Barn Inn.
Kennebunk.
All right.
Or Kennebunkport. I always forget the difference between the two. But
So I gave her 3 recommendations, and a lot of people had chimed in Polana, which I consider to be an obvious one. And I said Polana as well. And then I said Daniela's in Danvers. And then I said Iposi in Danvers. And Iposi
talked
to
about
me
that a few times.
is what I consider to be the most valuable of the ones that I gave her, because I think it's the least known, but
Oh, okay.
everybody should know
Yeah.
about it. Iposi, I think, is phenomenal. But then I went back, and there was another one that I thought of. And I don't know if you consider it upscale, but I think the food is definitely upscale. Reno's in East Boston.
Oh, I don't
Is
remember
Jimmy,
us talking about that
did you
one.
go there with me?
Yeah,
Yeah, me, you, and McCarthy, right?
yeah. No, it was just us two. We went to get McCarthy's car.
Oh, with Connor.
Yes.
Right. Reno's in East Boston. It's been on the Phantom Gourmet. It's ridiculous. So there's mine. Or Jim.
This one's an easy one. Ann and I have been going to the Weathervane Tavern in Hamilton for years. They have absolutely the best drinks on the North Shore, and the lobster scallop casserole is out of this world.
That sounds good.
really good.
It's a very small place,
Yeah.
and sometimes you have to wait to get in, but it's just been there for a million years. It's great food, great drinks, and it's a great bunch of people that hang out there.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a nice
that's-
place. It's on Railroad Avenue in Hamilton.
Yeah, that's a great call. I haven't been there in about 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
I used to go there in my former life. Paul.
But you took Boston out of the list, though. I would have said Trattoria Il Panino on the north end. But if Cambridge is okay, the Harvest over in Harvard Square.
Anything on the North Shore?
North Shore, fine dining. I mean, you sort of hang out. around
Upscale,
there.
not
upscale.
necessarily fine.
Well, okay, so I mean, it's upscale a bit just because it's really unique. Would be Tartine in Beverly. Yeah, it's Belgian. The basic thing is the little open-faced Belgian sandwiches, tartine.
avocado toast. It's really
Yeah,
good.
but amazing.
She's been to all.
Amazing
places.
salads, soups. They make the soups every day. They're all sort of a puree type of thing. Nice wine list, good Belgian beer,
There you go.
and a very classy sort of place.
Yeah. It's cute.
Where is it in Beverly?
Right on Cabot Street, right across from City Hall.
Okay. All right, there you go.
Yep.
Since we got all these new places, you gotta go.
Pat.
Pat, you gotta finish up.
Well, we typically don't do upscale, especially off island, but maybe considered for us, it's a little on the upper upscale end of is the Berry Tavern
That's in
in
Danvers too, right?
Danvers. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. I'd say that's more casual, but
yeah.
Um,
No, we don't do upscale very.
they're
very
great. I
much.
love the pizza at Berry Tavern.
Another one is Ledger in Salem. I love
Oh,
Ledger.
Yeah.
You
So
haven't been
from-
there?
No.
Yeah, you would like Ledger.
Have you ever done kame for sushi in Beverly?
Yes.
so
I
from
think
our
their sushi's very good, but I feel like I've had better.
some of our listeners.
Locally?
When Madfish had the guy,
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
when Madfish had that guy, and he's doing the pop-ups now. So that was the guy.
He was amazing.
Sang Lee. I think Sang Lee was the sushi guy at Madfish when Madfish was doing it. He was doing stuff that I didn't have, that better than stuff that I had in
Yeah,
Miami
crunchy cones.
and New York.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, outrageous, and he was bringing in different types of fish and everything else. Yeah, really good. Pat, why don't you go through the list of ones from our reader?
So Robert Annette Spank says the trackside in Peabody. Wayne says the hardcover Route 1.
Oh wow! And then-
Joanne Wood says the White
Popovers.
Barn Inn is amazing.
Nice.
Michael Bertolino suggests the Rusty Can in Byfield. Brenda Grimes Davis, Daniela's. Meg, you're doing this to me on
Meg
purpose.
Montanino.
Thank you.
I didn't even have to know.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of G's in Montanino, right? It's
Yeah.
just tricky. Yeah.
Nine Elm.
Haven't been there.
Mary Shula, the Blue Marlin in Essex. Joanne Wood says Five Corners in Marblehead. And your mom would like to give a shout out to Coveted Yarn. Ordered yarn and needles by phone. Monique was so helpful. Got free delivery. Highly recommend this yarn shop.
I saw them delivering last night when I drove by her house.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It was like 8:30.
That's a good
right?
tip.
What time was it? And I was like, why is there
That's a good
somebody
tip.
in Pat's front yard? I was worried.
I have to tell you, that's a tremendous. I like that my mom just gave a shout out to a local business.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Sounds like they need a commercial.
Yeah, it's not, they may.
There.
They may.
Sounds like they're doing well without one.
That was fantastic. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for chiming in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
Now
didn't
I'm
tell me-
starving.
You didn't tell me my mother was on.
Yeah, she's
I
making
did
a
tell
sweater.
you.
You were
We
out of
said
the,
it
you were out of the
twice.
room when she
Yeah.
went through the roll call the first time, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's all right. So
Besides, we're just having a conversation over here. Your mom and I. Just on the
Well,
side.
You know what happened last night? My favorite thing I don't like cake, traditional cake.
Mhm.
Not a cake guy. Regatta pie is my thing. That's my jam for, as far as if you're gonna have a birthday cake, I want regatta pie. My favorite dessert is tiramisu. My favorite cake is regatta pie.
In case anyone needs
but-
to know that
but
later
my-
on this week.
but my mother was exposed last night because she took credit for getting the regatta pie. Actually, Felicia got it.
Felicia got it. Oh,
Yeah.
oops.
So she was exposed.
We also have from Lois and Whitmarsh Hamilton Dalmar in Beverly Farms and Joanne Wood,
Dalmar.
Five Corners in Marblehead.
I think that was a repeat.
Apparently we
It
don't.
might have been. I don't, yeah, that one might
Apparently
be.
we don't do the high end because the only place on all of this that I've been is the Blue Marlin.
They haven't reopened
Oh,
since.
And they haven't, yeah,
Yeah,
right,
a
yeah.
number of these have not reopened.
Right.
What's the one in Ipswich, on the line there, the boathouse? I don't think that's. open
No,
either.
right, and I think
Same
they're,
owners.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's one.
You know what? Let's talk about Paul. Let's talk about the what do we call it? Something Cove or
Stage
Stage
Cove.
Cove.
Stage Cove Regatta.
Aha. Yeah, well,
That's
because,
good.
so it's the end of sailing season. Everyone's putting their boats away. Peter Bent's out there pulling boats in every day.
Yeah.
But not to be, not to just mourn the end of sailing. A group of guys over in Annisquam have now launched a fleet of radio-controlled lasers. A laser's a little one design, small boat, and these things are just amazing. It started with a couple of guys. Actually, Peter Bent was one of them, and then now it's like 10, and there's 3 more on order. And Santa is supposed to be bringing a whole bunch more.
Whoa.
And you buy this thing, and it's radio controlled. And like any boat, you can buy the basic boat for a couple $100, but then you add 3 different sails, and you add this, and you can get a decal color for your hull, and
Oh wow.
all this sort of stuff. And so now on Sunday afternoon in Stage Cove, if you're coming up the Annisquam River by Lobster Cove, the other side of the Annisquam Yacht Club is this little cove, and it's where back in the 1600s the first fishermen up here had their fish stages where they put the
Dry the
fish out,
fish.
dry the fish, and Stage Cove, and there's the remains of a little boatyard that one of the Babsons had way back then, back in the corner. But it's a perfect little place for racing these because it's out of the current of the river. And now every weekend, and they're doing that, and they're also racing them off the footbridge across Lobster Cove,
Oh, wow.
and they are just cool. And I was watching them yesterday and thinking, this would be just the perfect way to get kids onto the water. Because kids, it's all about toggling.
Right.
You know, it's all about just
Joysticks.
It's what you do.
Controllers.
It's all joysticks. So one is the rudder, one's the sail, one's the sheet on the sail, and just imagine a whole bunch of kids moving from that, which they do instinctively, to there's a boat in the water.
I just think that would be
I'd be
awesome
just
to
really
watch.
cool.
I would love that.
Now, from your opinion, do you think it's easier to judge the wind and everything else, looking at it from like the Ennismont, the Logical bridge looking
Well,
down?
actually, so
Or
this
do you
is.
think it's easier if you're actually on a real sailboat?
Oh, it's much easier if you're on a real sailboat, because actually one of the things these guys found one of the first weeks, they were on a float, and they were trying to, and they put out race marks, buoys.
Yeah.
But the buoy's way over on the other end of the cove, and you're trying to see if your boat is by the buoy, but you can't. You can't. Your angle.
'Cause you're angry.
You know. So, but if you're standing up higher, you get a perspective of it. So yeah. And so somebody was thinking, gee, if we could get a little GoPro cam and put it on the boat where the skipper would sit.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
You know, then you
that's easy. That's
Yeah, I mean
Nowadays, that's
a,
easy.
Yeah, I don't know if your camera would pick this up, but
Pat, help him put that
Mhm.
right up to
Oh, that's good. That's good. Maybe a little closer.
fill the frame.
There you go.
Pat. Is that
Okay,
fill the
then
frame?
much closer. There you go. That looks good.
there you go.
That's a new iPhone 12 right there.
Yeah.
That is a new
Yeah.
iPhone 12
Wow.
Pro, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Got to upgrade the camera periodically, but it's so much fun watching these guys. And I've been a race committee guy, out on the boats, sort of organizing races. And so someone said to me yesterday, "You're going to get one of these?" And I said, "No, I'm going to get a little radio-controlled lobster boat and put a race committee flag on it."
That's awesome. So do they have, is there a motor on them too, in case there's no wind, they can get the retriever?
No, and that's so we have a chase boat. One of the guys is out in a whaler, and what happens is, like on a last Sunday when it was pretty windy, and the current was riding, and that current right there along that corner by Wingershik is pretty.
It'll rip, yeah.
It really rips. So one of the boats got out into the edge of the current, and
Go on.
off he went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wind is gonna, they don't big enough sail for the little boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
we
these things are amazing. I mean, you can buy literally 4 different sails for this little thing, for different conditions and everything.
So 4 different sails. Do they have different size boats also?
No, so these are a one design, so they're all the same size. Essentially, they're all the same boat.
Okay.
Then you can pimp it out with, little
Yeah.
bits.
The idea is, and this is the crux of the problem I had with Toby Pett when he walked out on the podcast was, he was talking about the Olympics.
Mm.
And there was a guy from Gloucester that was somehow involved with the Olympic sailing team. And the question I had from that, I was trying to get to the bottom was, are all the boats the same, or is it a technology race where they're throwing money at these boats to get them the sleekest or the different design?
Mhm.
Because that's what I was interested in. And like this,
Well, this is a one design.
you want.
Well,
like,
it isn't
so
that the
they're-
same as like NASCAR. They start with the same thing, but they do.
Right,
different.
but-
I don't know
So
much
Yeah,
these
well,
boats-
yeah,
But the
sure.
thing of it
Yeah.
is this is more of a sport of seamanship
Right.
because you're,
Right, so
you're on
you
the
move
same,
your
you're on
sails
the
the
same
way.
platform.
The boats
Right.
are all the same, and
That makes sense.
Yeah. and it's just fascinating because some really great sailors don't have the subtle hands on the joysticks, and these things really require subtle movement on the joysticks to.
That's much like the drone feedback where flying a real pilot.
Yeah.
So I fly airplanes, but I also have drones. And what you're talking about is the feedback that you don't get, that you
Yeah.
do get in real airplanes.
Exactly.
So if you get hit by the wind, the thing will do that. But
Yeah.
all you're doing is watching on the monitor.
The tactile,
Right. So there's no feedback in the controls.
But there's no monitor on these joysticks.
So you're
You're watching the
watch
boat,
the
and so
boat.
you are, and really you're reading the wind. I mean, just a sailor racing is reading where's the wind coming from, where are the ripples in the water.
So you have
So-
to see.
Oh yeah,
If
so
the,
you're
if the sail is full of air.
Yeah, and so there's something on the boom. There's something called outhaul. So you can flatten, you can pull your sail, the back of your sail back, and flatten it down. So if you had very, very strong wind, you'd want to do that. If you had very light wind, you'd move it forward, so you'd create more of a pocket to, more power in the sail.
Yeah.
And so there's all those little, and so they're out there doing that.
That might be easier to keep an eye on the boat rather than to be
Oh, yeah.
looking
I
at
wish I
the
had
monitor.
that kind of time to fuck around with little
We,
remote control.
Well, but I mean, really, so,
I know.
Joey, if you
It
had,
sounds like fun.
instead of coming up and watching the soccer match,
Yeah.
you could just
Hey, wait a
you
minute.
could put
Yeah.
your boat in the water right here,
Yeah.
sail it around Cripple Cove.
so we've had Sailor Stan chime in from the airport in Dallas,
Oh, nice.
Chris
Yeah,
McCarthy.
already.
Are we bringing him on?
and he hasn't offered that. So-
Look and see if he's in there.
No, he's not.
Okay, he's not, okay. 'Cause he said he was gone, that's why.
Right, and he wanted first of all to know whether Connor showed up. Where was Connor? So we've explained that.
The money line paid, so.
Okay,
So
That's all he needed.
showed up
that's
on
all he
time.
needed.
The plus 150, anybody that bet on Connor made big money.
But he owes you for a carpet cleaning.
Oh, he didn't see what happened.
No, he didn't
Chris-
see it. I
Chris-
told him, but he didn't see
Oh,
it. Yeah,
He does know.
yeah. Well, I believe
It was wait till you see this one. Wait till you see the poop that your dog did and he's not gonna not believe it because he's witnessed it before.
right. I told him
Someone replay
that
that
Bo
one.
took his morning constitutional on your carpet, and Connor hustled him out of here.
Well, Connor had some, he used that for the excuse.
He
so
also
could
would
get
like
back
us
in.
to throw a question out. What percent?
Oh, no.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we are.
What percentage of airline passengers poop on the plane, not including babies?
Oh,
I'm going- I'm
no.
going 2%.
I'm going a low
I'm
number.
saying none.
Really low.
I'm
Yeah,
Oh,
my
sometimes-
personal
sometimes-
experience.
Sometimes the coffee hits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes.
2%.
Only if you
I'd
have
say
You think a
10.
little higher?
I'm up.
You think 10?
I'm higher.
No,
Yeah, I bet you
you're
are.
10.
10.
I'd say
You're
around
going
10.
10?
Yeah.
Does that include me? Because I go like 3-4 times.
No, I'm saying the same thing.
On a plane?
Oh, God, yeah.
Joey,
Do you hover or do you? You don't
Oh, I don't care. I plop right down.
Oh,
What a subject.
How about? Oh, my God.
I don't.
That's what women do.
you know,
I do
as quickly we were up here.
No. I do the toilet paper all over if I have to. I mean, and I try not to. I put the toilet paper all over the seat, and then I put the nest. Do the nest.
Oh, my
You
God.
ball up the paper so when it lands, you don't get the blue splashback on your parts.
So,
In
so,
that
so
plane, there's
Chris,
not that in there.
Chris
Wow.
reports he's in the minority, which makes me think.
So that means he let it fly. That means
So he and Bo have a lot in common this morning.
Yes.
It's
Good luck, Charlene.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy
anniversary.
so romantic
Yeah.
on his 30th anniversary. He lost all that weight so that he'd be,
Yeah.
ready to go.
What chapter in the book says drop it in the plane?
Yeah.
You know?
What is it silver, crystal? What anniversary?
30th is, that's a good one. I don't
He said
know.
30.
Let me
Brown.
find
They're
out.
on 30, so
Brown.
30
Brown.
is 30 is whatever.
Let me
that
find
is.
out.
It's
Yeah.
blue crystal.
So there's that.
No, I say 10% because
That's what I.
you get to the airport early and you're out there doing your, you can go eat. They want you to do that. You're
Yeah.
drinking and everything else. And all of a sudden they're saying, let's go. You got to get on the plane. What else are you going to do? So that's
Every
why I'm
plane
thinking
I've
it's
been
going
on,
to
it's been busy back there, or up there, whichever way you go.
Wherever you sit.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Literally.
But there's, I gotta bring this up because it's pretty funny. It's related to that. On the way back from Hawaii, Ann and I just went, and we came back in March, and it was right in the middle of the COVID explosion after everybody's panicking. We got on the plane from Las Vegas to Boston, and there was 20 people on the plane. So we had 4 toilets and about
Ooh, nice.
17
Stretch out.
stewardesses flight attendants. Sorry, to our disposal. We literally, the plane was empty. And I have never ever seen the plane empty like that before. And usually they're full, which feeds into my 10% thing. 'Cause
So what percentage of the 20 people used the loo?
Did you count? Did you keep it count?
You didn't
Oh.
keep a count?
I was in there about 4 times.
Okay.
It's not counting.
So him alone
Running up the-
Yeah, so there goes
Yeah.
the rate.
Pearl is the traditional 30th anniversary gift, and a more modern one. The one I prefer is diamond for the
Do you have
30th.
do you have a list of the people that have shared it right now?
I do.
How many
We're
do
up
we
to
have?
12.
We're up to 12. All right, I'm gonna give them the 5-minute thing.
Okay.
For anybody that's watching right now, you have 5 minutes to put in, to share the podcast on Facebook and type in shared, and you'll be entered in with 3 prizes. So right now, they have a 25% chance to win, which is insane. So,
It's more than pooping on a plane.
better than pooping on a plane.
A lot more exciting.
Way better than pooping on a plane.
How did we get on that?
We always
McCarthy.
Sailor Stan.
McCarthy.
Ask Chris, is Chris still with us?
I believe so.
Okay, the question, I had a question for him because he traveled this morning. I wanted to know how busy the terminal was.
Okay.
So if he could respond to that.
Yeah.
My son has been traveling a lot lately, and he's been loving the nobody in the middle seat
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
He said it's so, he goes, this is when to travel right now,
Yeah.
if you can, because it's so much more comfortable.
I
On
don't
an
know why
airplane.
anyone would want a window seat anymore. I mean, you have to climb over
Yeah,
2
yeah,
people
yeah,
to
exactly.
get out of there.
Don't tell people.
And
Oh,
then-
sorry.
oh yeah,
I
travel,
love
we
them
gotta be
window
careful.
seats.
I'm an aisle guy.
Well, I was gonna just, I know this is off subject, but,
Really?
So it's not about.
There was,
Yeah.
there was
Sorry.
recently an article
Flying
in the Gloucester Times about a fishing vessel being towed in
Yes.
by
Oh,
the
yeah.
Coast Guard. My son was he's in the Coast Guard, and he was the boat that rescued that vessel. So it was kind
Is he,
of.
Come out of
is he
Boston or-
stationed in Boston?
He
or
no, he's
Gloucester?
stationed in Portland, Maine.
Portland.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's right, it
and
was a
they were
Portland
out
boat.
there a ways. Yeah, so but the boat was from a Gloucester port, so he
Yeah.
brought it
They
back
were
here.
60 miles
Right.
out.
They don't usually do towing anymore, do they?
Well, this was a disabled vessel that couldn't get anywhere. They had no choice.
They had
but
them
to
under
do-
tow for what, 19 hours?
Yeah, they could
Wow.
only go 4 miles an hour
Yeah.
because all the nets were still down and everything, and they had to.
So they lost all their power and
Right.
couldn't pull the nets
Right,
up.
right.
Chris,
And my son is a boatswain's mate on the cutter Sitting out of Maine.
Pat, you had something to say?
Chris McCarthy reports that the airport was busier than he thought.
Oh, that's good news for the travel industry.
Yeah.
Like to hear that. Does everybody think? Oh, so you guys are in the school business.
Yeah.
COVID numbers have been going up. What are your not gonna hold you to anything. If your guess is, I'm gonna have to. Well, you guys are under a different set of rules.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're.
but I mean, it's a question we wrestle with every day. Is keeping it. We can control what happens on school grounds, but we can't control what people bring.
Right.
And the schools are wrestling with the whole holiday thing.
Yeah.
But my elevator speech for, so Thatcher's home, 8th grade, in Rockport schools, and I'm not, everyone's decision is their decision, but they just voted again this week to stay home until at least November 17th now, which again is fine, and it's a different set of circumstances, but I go back to the fact that Harbor Light, opened at half capacity in June and is now open at full capacity with 62 staff and 204 students and, all of those family members and it's possible. I mean, we're open and we are COVID free and we're
Well,
doing it.
yeah.
So,
We are
Yeah.
today.
yeah.
And I think what I just would give a shout out to all the families because it only works if they all play by the rules.
Buy-in,
And so on, every morning we get a number of phone calls or someone will call a school nurse and say, so somebody in the family is feeling, what do we do? And, we talk it through and, do you stay home? Do you, and we've decided to err on the side of caution.
Sure.
And, and people are stepping up and doing it.
I know
So
some
trends like this, to answer your question, we are in good shape, but I don't know, things are shutting down all around us. So
It's very interesting though, if you talk to, I talked with the Beverly Board of Health people because we're schools in Beverly, and so you say, okay, so a town is in the red zone or the yellow was, but you have to drill down in that because early on, disproportionate number of those were nursing homes, senior communities, and, you know, people who were more vulnerable, and that the rest of the town was fine.
Yeah.
You know, and now that's changed a bit, you know, and so you just have to keep looking at it.
Right.
I feel bad for the people who are struggling so badly with
Yeah.
the homeschooling or
Yeah.
the remote
it's
learning or
terrible.
however you want to say it. It's, I know some families, of course, I'm not from this area, but families in New York State that are struggling horribly to, their kids are just really in trouble.
So my son in California, his daughter is in high school, and she has a friend who's now living with them. She's on a dance team, and this is a member of the dance team, because the friend lived in a family where there was one computer for X kids. And,
Right,
you know,
that's
something
exactly it.
and so my son and daughter-in-law said, well, come live with us. You know, they have a bigger house, and, you know, and so she was able to come. You know, but otherwise she'd be there competing with.
Right, and
Family.
and then you have people who are also working
And the parents are
remotely,
working.
and they have
yeah.
Zoom meetings,
Yeah,
and you have to schedule
Yeah,
all
no,
this stuff.
it's just,
crazy.
it's.
Yeah, it's
a
really
terrible
hard.
Second choice.
It's really hard.
And we're gonna lose a whole year of schooling one way or another for
Right.
all these kids.
Have you? Well, you guys don't go to high school,
We go through 8th grade.
right? Like, so my daughter's, one of them's a sophomore, and one of them is gonna be in high school next year. I'm just horrified. Like, how are they gonna evaluate them for college? And how do they compete? You know.
It's
my
a struggle for
both
sure.
daughters are straight A's, and like but it doesn't straight A's in the past couple of years, and now if they're not learning, and you have to SATs, I mean, so much of that is
Yeah,
really like high level, you know, geometry. And
But a lot of the online learning actually is geared towards stuffing their heads with facts, which is what the SAT ends up being about. But it's all the other stuff. I mean, it's the hands-on. You know, my grandson who's a senior at the University of Vermont in environmental engineering, environmental studies. And so he's, as a senior, he should be out in the field all the time. He should be doing projects and working on things. And
hard to do
Yeah,
a project remotely like that.
I mean,
Yeah.
if he's into college already.
Right, I get what
my-
you're struggling
My,
with
you know,
too.
my daughter was like working her ass off to hopefully get some kind of scholarships and stuff like that. Now, like,
well, the schools are going to have to figure that out
Mhm.
because
Everybody's in the same
because
boat.
everyone's in the same boat and they want the kids, so they're going to have to figure it.
The worst case scenario is kids who are not straight A students, who are maybe B students across the board, who had really great resumes with sports and
And
community
activities,
service
yeah.
and activities.
Right,
Who
right.
can't do any of that, and now they only have their B's to live on, you know, so your kids are in a good spot if they're straight A students, because grades right now are all, you know, are all they can get. So.
Hey, we are up to 13 shares.
all right, we're gonna pick it right now.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
So remember, when we pick the names, the first, second, and third, if you're picked first, respond with what you want and you will get it. If we get to the second person and they pick before you in the comments on Facebook, then they're gonna get it. All right, we have a Lose It water bottle, Lose It journal, and Murder Take Two from Carol Perry. Those are the things. So 1 to 13 are our numbers. I'm gonna put it into my randomizer app here. The first shake always
Ralph last week had
messes up.
the real thing on his phone.
So I'm gonna do, this doesn't count because I just wanna make sure it works.
Mm-hmm.
So this time it should work.
Okay.
All right, so you have 1
I
to
have 'em.
13.
1 to 13.
Okay, here we go.
11
Who's 11?
is Nina tested.
Nina Testaverde
Very
from
good-
Cape Ann
good at-
Museum.
Yeah.
All right, write her name down first. Now,
Yeah.
Nina, if you type in what you want first, and you have to pick it up within a week. If you don't pick it up within a week, it gets put into next week's prize package. So Nina Goodick is Nina Testaverde Goodick is number 1. Now we're gonna go for prize number 2. See if she number 5.
5 is Ed Collard.
Ed
Hey!
Ed Collin isn't. I don't think is. I don't know if Ed's living around here. But Ed, if you type in what you want, you have to pick it up within a week. You right now, if Nina hasn't responded, so Ed could jump into the first spot with his pick.
Ooh.
All right, and number 3. Number
Number
12,
12 is Meg.
Montanino.
That's it.
All right,
Jared.
Meg.
Yep.
Meg, if you're watching, neither of the other 2 have responded. You can have the first pick, and that's going to be it,
Okay.
I guess. Right
Yeah.
there.
Hello,
All right,
Len.
We're gonna give it a couple of. We're gonna give it a couple seconds to see
Yeah.
if any of them are with us and they
Yeah.
respond. Oh, you know what? I think there's a 30-second delay.
Oh,
Yeah, there
okay.
is. Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
30-second
Yeah.
delay, so we may see those come in rapid. Oh.
Ed Collard. What does Pat want? I want to give it to her for her birthday. That's
Oh!
all.
What a classy guy.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Ed just leapfrogged.
I'd like the book.
The
please.
journal.
Yeah. No, the book.
Oh, the book. All right, the book.
The book. Thank you,
There
Ed.
you go.
That's so
Ed
nice.
Collard. Carol, thank you, Carol. Thank you, Carol.
And Meg says,
The journal, that
Journal.
works out. Meg,
yeah.
so Meg,
good.
you have to pick it up within a week. It's actually a really nice journal.
Very good. So that is the water bottle for Nina.
Nina gets the water bottle.
Yep.
Paul, you don't necessarily you won't go into the Cape Ann Museum, right? No, you don't necessarily go. Okay, you have to know.
Who could I give it to? Who does? I could get it to Oliver Barker.
It's up to you. I'm not. No pressure. Otherwise, she may not get it.
No, I'll
All right.
I can get it to Oliver Barker.
All right, you're gonna get it. All right, so
Okay.
Nina,
This is for Nina.
you're gonna get it. And next week we have a couple prizes. We won't disclose what they are yet. But thank you for joining us, everybody. Send in your self-stamped addressed envelope to get a Good Morning Gloucester die cut sticker to 95 East Main Street, Gloucester, Massachusetts. And we have Jimmy, get in front of the camera.
I will. You're gonna present the super fan with one of those stickers.
Oh, right, that's right. Where did it go? Oh, it's right underneath Pat's laptop here. I gotta present this one here is going to our super fan of the week. Oh, there's Paul Ryan O'Brien.
Thank you. I can't wait to put it on my.
Very, very
The
welcome.
other one?
No, I think I'm gonna put mine on my.
Jimmy, get
Ready, yeah.
Yeah, right.
down and closer, right there,
Choice.
right there,
Because mine
perfect.
on my window is good. Important.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Public service announcement.
Sorry.
ladies and gentlemen, absolutely no piping plovers were injured or hurt in the making of today's podcast.
Oh,